Hello, my duckies. Welcome back to the Bossa Nation of Bossy Love. What you hate? How's it going, everybody? So, as you can see, I have ourselves another deck profile for y'all featuring Neospace. Yes, the Neos is played by Jaden Yugi. Hands down, one of my favorite out of the elemental heroes, except Evil Hero, because we all know Evil Hero is OP. But Neospacians were just never that competitive because of that effect that they get sent back to your deck. But I found a way to make them better, plus with that new fusioning we got. So yeah, let's just get on with it. Start off with the monsters. We'll start with the Neospacians. We run double Neospacian Ground Mole. Now, back in the day, he got limited to one and then banned because he's so OP. Never underestimate the power of a Neospacian. They may be weak, but they have pretty interesting effects. For Ground Mole, whenever he attacks a monster, you take no battle damage. And also, you bounce that monster back to the hand, and so will Ground Mole. So it's useful in his own way. He used to be OP as hell. And he gets the job done. He gets rid of monsters that doesn't target. Gets rid of annoying creatures that are on your opponent's field that you just don't want to deal with. Next, we run double Neospacian Black Panther. Now, Black Panther, he's unique. His effect is once per turn, you can target one monster on your opponent's field. Black Panther then becomes the name of that monster, and you replace his effect with that monster's effect. So there was a situation when I dueled somebody, I used their Merkaba. I baited them out from Merkaba's effect, and I used Panther to take Merkaba's effect. So then my Neospacian becomes Neospacian Merkaba, and I also have the negating effect just to the end of the turn, obviously. But it came in clutch. And also Chaos Max and whatnot. And Barrel Sword. It was pretty funny how I took Barrel Sword's effect. And then next, Neospacian Air Hummingbird. His effect is okay too. And once per turn, you gain 500 life points for each card in your opponent's hand. Yeah, it's okay. You know, it's a good way to stay alive. They're not that strong, as you can see. They have little weak attacks. But they get the job done. And last for the Neospacian, one Neospacian Aqua Dolphin. He's okay too in his own sense. I rarely ever use him. I mostly use him for a fusion play. So what he does is you look at your opponent's hand, choose a monster. If you have a monster that's stronger than the chosen monster in your opponent's hand, you send that monster to the graveyard, and your opponent takes 500. But if you don't, then you take the 500. So it's like, it's okay. His effect is not OP, but it gets the job done. And then one Honest Neos. We all know what he does. He's our Honest. Gives it 25 to any elemental hero or anything with hero. And then the big man himself, Elemental Hero Neos. We run one because we don't need to run no more than one. Because if you ever ran Neos, big boy always clogs if you run more than one. Trust me, I know from experience. So that's it for the Neoses. Now let's get into the heroes. For the main guy in this deck, hands down, Elemental Hero Plasma. Plasma is the most important card in this deck. Why? Because his effect is you reveal one fusion material in your extra deck. Show it to your opponent, choose any of the listed materials in it, send that one from your deck to the graveyard, and then he becomes that card's name to the end of the turn. The whole purpose of this deck is to send all the materials into the graveyard, so then I can use Miracle Contact, Miracle Fusion, and whatnot. So he gets his job done perfectly. That's why you only need one Neos. You can get rid of him, and then he becomes Neos. It's just perfect. And the last of the heroes, Triple Shadow Mist. We all know we got to run that Mass Change, because Mass Change, Dark Claw is just too good. Now for the hand traps, I only run 3. Triple Ash, why the hell not? And Triple Effect Veiler. I've learned now in this newer format that Effect Veiler is more valuable than Ogre. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ogre's still good, but you almost side deck Ogre until you see like a Draco player or some annoying back row shit that you really need Ghost Ogre for. But Effect Veiler, hands down, just stops your opponent in their tracks. Bam, stop. Stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! That's it for the monsters that get into the spells. There are no traps in this deck. Well, of course not. Traps slow down decks. So we got triple Miracle Contact. This card is a saving grace for all Neoses. Let me explain why. First of all, you can shuffle any number of Neos, of any number of monsters that will become the requirement for a Neospatian from your hand, field, or graveyard, and bring out the Neos from your deck, ignoring all summoning conditions. You can activate this card once per turn. Actually, am I mistaken? It's not a once per turn. But, you know, because of link summoning, it kind of is once per turn. But yeah, it ignores all summoning conditions. The quickest way to get out Neospatians, because before you had to contact fusion them while they're on the hand. We don't have to do that no more because of this. Next, we have our draw power, Convert Contact. So you have to control no monsters to activate this card, first of all. Secondly, what you have to do is send one Neospatian from your hand and one Neospatian from your deck and draw two. Simple. It's easy. Last for the contact cards, Contact Gate. This is more of a reprint card that just came in recently. So what it does is banish two Neospatians with different names from your graveyard. Special summon two different name Neospatians from your hand, deck, or graveyard to the field. Also, its engrave effect is pretty good, so whenever a Neospatian will be sent back to the deck ship because of its effect, you can banish this card, special summon one of the banished monsters, if I'm not mistaken. One more second. Yeah, one of the banished Neospatians from your banish zone. So yeah, it's the easiest way to get a link play, if whatnot. And yeah, link plays or another Miracle Fusion if you need it. Also for good defense. It's good at one. Next, triple, A Hero Lives. We all know what this does. It's a must-have. We run Match Change 1, Match Change 2, Miracle Fusion. For y'all know that this is a really OG card. It gets the job done. And last but not least, for the hero cards, double E-Call. You wonder why I don't run 3? It's because I run Rhoda. And 2 is enough. And plus, there's only 2 elemental heroes that I can even... Well, technically 4, but there's only 4 elemental heroes I can grab. Next, for the one-offs, 1 Foolish, 1 God card, 1 Rhoda, and the best, 1 Raigeki. Now, let's get to the powerful extra deck. Okay. We run double Element Hero Nebula Neos. This card is a new card that helped Neos get their job done. First of all, he needs a Neos, Element Hero Neos, a Black Panther, and a Grand Mole to make him. So we don't use the Contact Fusion on the field, we use Miracle Fusion. So when this card is summoned on the field, first effect, you can draw as many cards from your deck equal to the number of cards your opponent controls. So monsters on the field, spells on the field, etc. Then you can also target 1 card on the field. That card loses all effects to the end of the turn. Period. Now the last effect is what makes it broken. If this card ever leaves the field, you can then banish all cards on the field face down. Period. Busted. And then you get a better look of him. He looks amazing. Next, we run 1 Material Granios. He's okay. He's our bouncer. He doesn't target. So when he comes on the field, you can bounce 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field. Gets the job done. It's just one of those bouncers. Now, for no apparent reason, this card's worth like $50. Material Air Neos. For some reason, he's $50. And the ultimate's like $70. I mean, I get why he's that good, but yeah. Obviously, to make ground Neos is Elemental Neos and Grand Mole. For him, Arrowing Bird and Neos. So, what makes him so crazy is that this guy gains the difference of my life points. So, say if my life points are 2,000, he gains the difference if my life points are lower than my opponent's. So, for example, I have 2,000 life points left, and my opponent has higher life points. He won by 100. he gains that 6,000. So then he becomes broken. Next, Elemental Storm Neos. He needs Aqua Dolphin, Air Hummingbird, and Neos. What he does is blows up back row when he enters the field. Destroys all spells and trap cards. It's okay. Now Vision. We all know what he does. Absolute Zero. The Shining. Enki. Doga. The OG himself. Darklo. Why the hell not? The Two-Tail. Deco Talker. And the best card, Undercloud Taker. You know, it's not a competitive deck. It's just a fun deck. It gets the job done. It's just like, hey, I'm playing Neoses. I took the game on. I went 3-1 because I caught people off guard with it. So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. So, yeah, that's my deck profile. So, hit that like button down below. Also, if you're part of the Basta Nation, hit that subscribe button because you know you're bastard in your own way. Catch you later. Much love, as always. Bye-bye.
Must make more dough. We will be shaking your flow. Come against me, that's a no-no.